They called it a dead game. They said launching on Christmas was a horrible decision. Well, Wuthering Waves version 3.0 is here, and the haters are really quiet right now. The players, however, are screaming, either out of joy because they won the 50-50, I'm very jealous because I lost mine, or out of rage because the update file size just ate their entire phone storage. I don't know why, but Wuthering Waves is literally queso this patch. It is weird because we have record-breaking sales, but we also have game-breaking bugs, and we have a tier 0 character that is literally and figuratively broken. Kuro Games gambled everything on this update, and somehow they won the war, but they might have melted our phones in the process. But before we get into that, I have to sell my soul.
Let me introduce you to LD Shop, a formal game top-up platform developed by the trusted LD Player Emulator Group, guaranteeing safety and reliability for your in-game purchases. LD Shop offers unbeatable prices on Wuthering Waves Lunites and other in-game items like the Lunite subscription or Battle Pass. You can easily compare their prices, which help you save up to 25%. This means more pulls, more resources, and more power for your favorite resonators. Now let's talk about the top-up process. For Wuthering Waves top-up, you need to provide your game UID and password to LD Shop's secure system. It is crucial that you do not log into the game yourself during this recharge process. Once completed, they will securely log out and clear all login records. For maximum account security, they even recommend changing your password after completion, which is a great practice. This ensures a smooth and secure transaction every time. It is 100% safe, and there is no account that got banned until now. Buying your Kuro account here would help completing the top-up quicker. It is streamlined, efficient, and you will see your Lunites or subscriptions appear in your account in no time. And here is something awesome for all of you watching. If you're a new user and you register using my special link, you will get a fantastic 15% off coupon. That is a massive saving of up to $50 on your Wuthering Waves top-ups, letting you grab more Lunites for less. Plus, keep an eye out for an exclusive 5% off bonus you might activate just for being a first-time user. And for those dedicated rovers who want to keep pushing their limits, if you spend over $80 in 1 month on LD Shop, you can claim a free Lunite subscription just for topping up what you normally would. Make sure to claim it on the LD Shop homepage. So if you're looking for a secure, affordable, and efficient way to top up your Wuthering Waves account and get those crucial Lunites or a subscription using my link in the description, LD Shop is the way to go. Now let's get back into the video.
Before the 3.0 update went live, the conversation around the new updates, We Who See the Stars, was messy at best. Manufactured drama, fake criticism, rage baits, doom posts. It's nothing out of the ordinary, but WuWa haters be doing too much, bro. I swear to God. I covered it in my last video as well, a prime example of it. Have a watch if you're interested, but that is just to set the tone. Another thing players and content creators were worried about is the launch date. So you see, when Wuthering Waves devs were at the 2.8 patch, right, they decided to make the update shorter than usual. I wasn't sure on my math skills, right, so I asked Rock, how many days is November 20th to December 24th? And it says 34 days, you know what I'm saying? It's like, usually it's 41 days. It's like almost a week earlier than usual, all of that, you know, just so the update could be launched at exactly Christmas. Many people, especially from the Western side, criticize this because, well, it is Christmas. The only time where you go to church for the year or something, you know, spend it with your family, go out with your friends if you have any, play with the snow, or like me, watch other people play with the snow as you just sit there in the dark room, seeing other people have fun in the holidays, looking at what you achieved in the last year, and the answer is nothing. Staring at your phone as you mindlessly scroll through TikTok and see everyone else having fun while you're just there. But anyways, people are just generally busy and occupied on Christmas Day, you know what I'm saying? People were worried Wuthering Waves might be having low player numbers because, theoretically, we are all supposed to be touching grass. People thought it was a dumb idea to launch it on Christmas, right? I mean, it makes sense, I guess. But when you look at everything they are offering, the package is stacked. From the content side, we got the brand new region, 𝗖cie 𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗵𝘁, 2 new 5-stars with Lynae and Morny, a Yaru and a waifu, and then the collab, Persona Sonic. What the balls, bro? How did they even get this collab? Well, little grasshopper, the answer is always money. But anyways, when you see all of these upcoming additions in the game, when you analyze the minds of the game developers, ignoring the gooner thoughts, right, you will find that they are gambling with risk. They are betting that instead of players being too busy to play, people would actually have more downtime. In other words, they know their player base very well. I mean, be honest, bro. How many of you have taken a shower today? Me. Giga Chad Kuro did a massive deviation from industry standards, and that set the stage for everything that happened next. Because ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, it turns out Kuro Games knows something we don't. Because while people were waiting for Santa to touch their cookies, Wuthering Waves touched their player base with the 3.0 updates. No sus, obviously. We went from a baseline hovering around 7 to 13,000 players on Steam, straight up to an all-time peak of 41,000 for a game that people were doom posting about just a week ago. That is a massive spike, don't you think? And by the way, this happened during the Steam Winter Sale. You have massive AAA games like Elden Ring or Cyberpunk sitting there with discount labels, you know what I'm saying? Still, 40,000 people chose to ignore those sales and log into a free-to-play gacha game instead. I don't know if it's because we're broke, or it's probably because we're broke. I mean, let's be real here, right? But not really, because the money is talking, baby. And in Japan, Wuthering Waves hit #1 top seller on Steam. It hit #1 in popularity on TapTap in China. It cracked the top 5 bestsellers globally. All of this proves that Wuthering Waves won the gamble. The holiday didn't stop people from playing at all. People just love staying indoors nowadays, I guess. And you can't argue against these achievements. How is this game called dead at all? It's like mind-boggling. But the most impressive part, right, is the retention. Because usually when you have a massive hype spike like this, maybe fueled by that Persona Sonic collab catching the casual player base, you would expect a sharp fall off in the next few days, right? But when you look at the graph 3-4 days later, the numbers are stabilizing at around 35,000. These people didn't just log in to collect rewards, do some polls, and then leave the game. They actually play the game. They are consuming the content. But even though the game is hitting peaks like never before, there is an unusually large group of people who literally cannot play the game. And it's not because they're busy with Christmas like a regular person would be. It is because they're limited by a potato hardware. I mean, you gotta understand, right? Back in version 2.0, the size of the game was around 21 gigabytes on Android, right? Big, but it's rather manageable for a modern game in the big 2025. But after the 3.0 updates, that number got fat. I don't know what it ate, but it became 53 gigabytes. If you're on an iPhone, it's 56 gigabytes. And catch this, on PC, it is 117 gigabytes. Holy moly. Wuthering Waves is heavier than queso this patch, bro. I had to delete a few games just to play this update. I had to delete my beloved game Genshin Impact, bro. Tragic news for the unemployed, I know. The most messed up part is if you read the official patch notes, they actually listed resource cleanup on mobile as a new feature, claiming you can delete past resources. Actually, it is not only available on mobile, but when you actually use this feature, it only cleans up like 4 gigabytes, bro. What? That is not even a scratch on the surface. Like, my back is still itchy. Your device is going to bust either way. Like, imagine wanting to play the game, right? But you gotta decide if you want to play Wuthering Waves or if you want to keep your family photos or TikTok or literally any other app in your device. Genshin Impact? Well, maybe WuWa is the better choice. I don't know. This doesn't sit right with people at all. If you go to Steam or the Google Play Store, the game's rating looks just fine. It is 4.6 stars. Woo-wee. Very positive. Woo-wee. But if you sort the reviews by newest, there are so many reviews complaining about the file size. They're not even complaining about the gacha most of the time. They're complaining that they physically cannot install the updates. I know they want to make a huge move, right? Proving the haters and the doubters wrong. They want to have these high quality assets, insane storytelling like movie. I know they're trying something new, but what is the use of this peak cinematic patch if a portion of the player base cannot experience it because of the poor optimization, bro? And guess what? Even when the game is downloadable for you, right? Like, you chose the game over your family photos, base, there is still a ton of bugs in the game. One major problem, the one that is still not fixed as the time of recording, covered by Saint Tontus, is the bug with Lynae. As I said in the beginning, Lynae is broken, figuratively and literally. If you look at Pridewind, Lynae is so broken that they had to lower everyone else down a tier just to put Lynae in a league of her own at tier 0. Like, I don't know what drugs they be selling in Star Torch Academy, but she is the drug lord, brother. How are you gonna overpower the entire tier list and ascend to godhood? But when I say she is literally broken, she is actually broken. Let me explain. Her best in slot Echo, the one called Rite of Gilded Revelation, has a specific set bonus. It is supposed to give you a massive 40% boost to basic attack damage after you use her liberation, assuming you have stacks, right? And that is a part of her kit, where her damage comes from. Rotations are built based on this, the play styles, the decision making even. You want to get this buff, so you do bigger numbers. You want to get that big PP damage. Now, as the writing of the script, when people are doing the testing, the bonus doesn't work. It just doesn't trigger.
I'm at the full stacks. Let's do it.
Don't blink! You'll miss the best part! Got a long bucket list.
112
Think I've got
spectral
time to
damage.
check every box.
No buff to basic attack. It doesn't work. It was at 73.8 before using my liberation, and it's at 73.8 after using my liberation.
So you're farming the echoes, spending your scarce echo upgrade materials for the ceiling you're trying to reach, just for the buffs to not work. The feeling is despair, brother. It feels like I got friend-zoned by my crush of 2 years. I'm sure you know how that feels. Or ordering Uber Eats, waiting for an hour, just to get notified that the driver forgot to bring the food when he's already on the way to your house. Like, what are you gonna do, bruh? It is sad because the character I pulled for, the Lynae everyone thought is a god because the calculations and the math of her kits, turns out to be a character whose power spike is literally missing from the game's code. Here is the thing, the new region is absolutely beautiful. Even though there are bugs in the game, I will still say it is beautiful, but man, these issues are starting to annoy me, bro, I can't lie. Take the new Expedition motorbike, it is very, very awesome. I dare say it is better than flying in 2.0, hot take I know, but sometimes it sinks down the platform and your Lynae is twerking on the bike. I mean, if it's like this, it's not a bug, it's a feature, you know what I'm saying? Yes, girl, shake it. But it stops being funny when the game actually breaks. There are a lot of reviews saying that it crashes while they play the story. Some say they had to lower the game quality after updating the patch. There are people saying that when they are in Renacita, the lag is fine, but when they get to the new region, the lag spiked really high. Like this one right here. They really need to fix the performance opening Task Manager and going to each new region. You can't just see it spiking like crazy when going from the 2.0 area. I get like 35 memory usage and it instantly goes to 70% at the start of 3.0. It's rough, man. And this is the top review ever since the update goes live. Commercially, the game won by a landslide, of course. It is topping the charts in multiple regions and global. But when you play the game, for the unfortunate ones, it feels like playing an early access game even though it's meant to be a full release. The only thing keeping the peace in the community is that the content itself is really good. I mean, most people are willing to put up with the jankiness because they want to see what happens next in the story or just consume the content in general, right? But from the developer side, they should really work on this. I'm sure the hotfixes are coming, but really, the community is waiting for the free apology polls, right? If Kuro drops a 10 poll in your mail to say sorry, so kneel down yang emoji, I'm sorry, traveler, I mean rover, most people will just forgive and forget. But I'm hoping for the best, right? So at the end of the day, what are we really looking at here? Wuthering Waves is a massive success, a messy, buggy, storage-eating success. Kuro Games took a massive risk, launching on Christmas, and they walked away with the bag. They beat the dead game allegations and put up numbers that nobody expected. But the cost is that half the player base is currently fighting for their life against a file size that is bigger than a lot of people's 2026 resolutions. And our new top tier 0 DPS has a bugged echo set. I think they will fix it, right? They kind of have to, because right now the only thing holding the community together is the hype of the new map and the new region and the story and the characters. I mean, a lot, of course. But once that new car smell wears off, people aren't likely going to stick around for the crashes. They need to log in, or they need to optimize the game. But hey, let's keep it a buck. As long as those apology polls hit my mailbox before the banner ends, I'm not gonna lie, I'm willing to look the other way. Well, let me know what you think in the comments below. That is all from me, 𝗖cie𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗵𝘁, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.